Yo, time for a little bit of a break from BMX Streets to have a look at the new Rooftops and Alleys update. And it's a pretty important one because it now has a level editor built into the game. So you've got a few different settings that you can choose from here for like the bases, and then you can go build a map from there. Now from what I've seen, there aren't many mod maps officially up. There's a few in the Discord server, but nothing significant. But if you go into the solo screen, you'll notice there's 3 maps that have been made using the editor built into the game, so I figured I'd have a look at those. But now, maybe look at the arena, because this one looks, from the image, to be the most interesting out of all of them. And as you can maybe tell, there's a hell of a lot going on this map. And like I said before, this is done with the level editor, which shows that you can get pretty complex with this stuff. I haven't actually touched the level editor itself, I was more interested in playing what's out there, and it seems like this is going to be the best place to start. But now, honestly, my first thing is going to be getting back into the game. It's been a little while since I played. So, yeah, this and Stora have their own control schemes, and with everything else going on at the same time, it's pretty easy to get mixed up with this stuff. And that's one thing I always liked about this. You can get really dynamic with the angles. You have the ability to hit off of walls, jump to the side, like you splat against the wall. You can just hop pretty freely, which opens up tons of kind of weird lines and possibilities. I'm just not very good at it. So yeah, you can essentially like go up and down things without too much hassle. See. Okay, we can get up. Not too bad. Yeah, so even something that you probably shouldn't be able to get up like that, you can basically just utilize 90-degree angles and things like that. Yeah, you see what I mean? When you think about things that way, that's one unique thing to a parkour game. You basically unlock a whole bunch of different angles that you couldn't get in like a skateboarding or a BMX game. Nice. Kind of getting back into the swing of things. Wait, why did it move me over to the side? I put my marker down here, then for some reason it gets moved to the side. I've noticed this a few times, just trying to like set something up. Oof. Maybe see what I mean though, about the angles being kind of crazy. You kind of got to have a different mindset compared to other games. Yeah, like I could just play around with that sort of stuff forever. I should probably say as well, if you're just expecting me to like run on combo forever, I've never really been that into that style of things, like the Tony Hawk, skate, what's it called, trick lining, any of that sort of thing. I tend to do things a weird way. It's kind of how I've always run this channel. Oof. It's worked so far, and that's what I have the most fun doing as well, so probably best to stick with it. Probably wondering what I was doing there. There's this pole right in the middle, which I figured from here. Just gotta pray that you actually hit the damn thing. can even do tricks in the middle of sliding down a pole as well. That's kind of interesting, actually. See how many you could fit in. Yes, I'm slowly remembering the controls. When you let go of the trigger is when you release. And you want to be holding down the trigger at the same time and press A if you want to jump. So now we're at the airship. This is another one of the level designer maps. And yeah, you can tell you're flying over the ocean. Kind of an interesting setup for this one. One thing I noticed with these is you kind of want to adjust how long you're running on each wall to make sure that you don't go too high, because it is actually pretty easy to keep going higher and higher, then you end up grabbing at the top. So you need to adjust like that. Nice. Oh god. Suppose this could be the ultimate challenge. How far down could you go that way? Suppose it's possible. Sort of. I just remembered this first person mode as well, which I presume is kind of nauseating. Oh god. Yeah, maybe. That's one thing I noticed. Unless you're moving the camera, just got to move it to the left a little bit, otherwise he'll just grab onto the ledge. Which means you've got to do a kind of weird claw grip to get up. Which is kind of awkward. It's actually way harder in first person mode. God. Yeah, maybe skip that. Kind of curious, what happens if you don't move the camera? Will it just end up... Okay. So it ends up looking like that. Which you could kind of do, but there's a bit of an awkward patch right around here. It's pretty hard to figure out, so I guess you maybe need to do a claw grip, do some camera work at the same time. But that does kind of make the whole process a bit more complicated. Well, we're getting there. Nice. I suppose we could drop down from here. Or where are we going to risk it? Let's try this one. Oh god. Yeah, doing this the full proper way is probably going to be a bit insane, honestly. Screw it. We missed the last one, but I will take that. There we go. As you may have noticed, I kind of let him slide. As long as you've got the surface there, it seems like you can slide a fair bit. So I'm actually alternating my thumb between X and then moving the camera. So you can like alternate them, you don't have to do the claw grip. And you're kind of on the edge each time. You feel like you're getting high, just drop down a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. Could you imagine going down the whole way like this as well? I suppose it's doable. Like, I was going to say I'm doing it, but I'm not. I'll probably save it for another video. First, I just want to put some feelers out there, see how interested people are in this game. Also, for anybody that's into making maps, like, it's a pretty good place to dive in. Seems like a pretty thorough editor. Not that I've looked at it myself, but just looking at how these maps have been made, you can get pretty complex with it from the looks of it. So I'd definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, let me know what you think. I'll be back to BMX Streets after this. I'll maybe see what the comments are like on this and come back to it again. There's probably a few more challenges we can do on this map and some other ones as well. Yeah. That's about it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.